Round one of 4 rounds between these two. Busquets clears the lines.
I'd like to see them take the game. Real Madrid seem to be sitting back and saying to Barcelona, well, come on to us and we'll hit you on the break. Maybe that's their tactics. They've certainly got the players to do it. There's one of them on the ball now, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, the great entertainer has achieved many things, but has yet to score against Barcelona. Little Messi, by the way, is yet to score against the Jose Mourinho team. Something has to give, surely. Cristiano Ronaldo, 40 goals this season. Little Messi in the opposing camp, 48 goals this season.
It's so close between them. There's Messi's on 29 league goals and Ronaldo's on 28 league goals, and they're going for the Pichichi title. It's nip and tuck between both these sides. I was even looking at their record. Barcelona's played 51 games this season. Real Madrid's played 49. Barcelona's won 40, drawn 7 and lost 4. And Real Madrid's won 38, drawn 7 and lost 4. So there's very little between the two of them.
Well, there is Carlos Puyol, who's been rushed back into the team. Hasn't played since mid-January. But rejoined training this week. Most expected him to be on the bench tonight, but he's a John Terrier, Steven Gerrard type figure. Going to say Gary Neville, if he's fit and he's in peak form, then Guardiola selects him. He has done tonight. Well, Pepe goes down in a little bit of pain. I think he's taken one in the eye.
I don't think so. I think he's another one of these that milks it big time.
Xabi Alonso runs into Xavi. Everywhere you look, there's a superstar down there. Here is Xavi. Once more taken out of the game by Pepe. Referee tonight, by the way, we will introduce him, is Senor Muniz Fernandez. He has refereed this fixture before, and they need a strong referee tonight, Jerry, because generally there's a player sent off at this time.
Absolutely, totally, and the one player comes to mind who was sent off in the last game was Sergio Ramos, and I think he's had 12 red cards in his career, and that's not a long career. He's only halfway through it at the moment, but it'll be feisty, and there'll certainly be yellow cards. But I hope everyone stays on the pitch tonight. I really love to see a spectacle and lots of entertainment.
Well, Real Madrid have never lost 3 games in a row to the same opponent ever. Barcelona have won this season, of course, 5-0. They've done the double the last 2 seasons. There's an awful lot more than pride at stake tonight. Now Marcelo, man the ball, and linesman, he takes them all.
Well, the linesman get up quicker than some of the players do, I'll tell you that. Some tackle, this was, whoa.
You know it's going to be a tough night when the linesman should be wearing shin guards. Cristiano Ronaldo has a first chance to stretch his legs down that right-hand side and bumps into Adriano, and the referee's assistant on the far side claiming that the Portuguese was leading with the arm.
Well, I think Adriano just nicked in and won the ball, and Ronaldo's caught him after he's nicked the ball there. Not that big a challenge, and probably a soft one, but linesman, who was 5 or 6 yards away, gave that free kick straight away.
You may remember when these sides met earlier in the season. Real Madrid were unbeaten at that point. Then Barcelona gave them a real good seeing to a 5-0 victory. So emphatic. Well, it's a very laboured start so far, Jerry.
It is, and I'm watching the way Real Madrid are attempting to close down, and they're doing it in ones and twos. They're not really doing it as a unit, which is something that I think Barcelona do much better. Last touch came off Xabi Alonso, and the throw-in goes in the way of Barcelona.
Xavi to Busquets. Now Iniesta. Lionel Messi, starting deep, shadowed everywhere he goes, it seems, by Pepe. Tries to feed the ball through his Sergio Ramos. The first pass is always going to be Cristiano Ronaldo, Jerry, isn't it?
Well, they're knocking long balls, they're knocking everything to Ronaldo, but he needs support. You can't knock a ball to him and then not give him no support. That's too big, even for Pedro. He's got a lot of pace, but Piqué's pass is just too long. Scrappy sort of a start in the opening 6 minutes, Rob. Neither side, could be nerves, neither side really settled down.
Head down. David Villa, of course, hasn't scored. Well, it must seem an absolute age for him. No goals in his last 9 matches, but he was going through a similar spell the last time. Besides, Meda managed to score 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes.
He's a quality striker, but when you've gone 9 goals, it does have an effect. There's no doubt in my mind that, you know, his confidence will be low, but he still works hard for the side, and chances will come his way. And he will score again, trust me. 21 goals a season, and it's Xavi who fouls Pepe.
Little man knocks over the giant.
A lot of niggly free kicks early on, Rob, isn't there?
Now the Bernabeu cranks up the volume. Mourinho on the shoulder for Xabi Alonso, the quarterback who delivers. Header away by Pedro. Now Lionel Messi has a little look around. Who's in support? Well, Adrian on that left-hand side, Jerry. They have an extra attacking outlet tonight, don't they?
Well, Adriano's playing really well, I feel, at the moment, the left back. He took a wee while to settle down from his move from Sevilla, but he has played some really superb football in the last 5 or 6 weeks, and looks like the player that was signed. That's a great run. He's impeded there. Sami Khedira. That was obstruction.
Well, Khedira is theatrically claiming that he was caught in mid-flight, and the referee gets a chance to show his first card of the evening. Certainly brought it to his attention, didn't he? And Adriano, who we're talking about, is now in trouble.
Certainly ran straight across Sami Khedira and blocked his run. There it is. Not that he was favoured to get it, but it's a silly yellow card to get so early on in the game.
Valdez hasn't had a touch of the ball so far, so we'd imagine with less than 10 minutes gone, Cristiano Ronaldo will chance his luck.
Absolutely nailed on. He's going to have a shot. Get the wall, get it lined up, make sure you do the job, don't break, and let's see what happens.
It is Cristiano Ronaldo. It's through the wall and well held by Valdez.
Well, it's Pepe who ducks on the end of the wall. Well struck, hits the ground in front, zips in front, but Valdez is well positioned.
Piqué, who's had a succession of central defensive partners in the absence of Puyol. Busquets has played back there. Milito, of course, is going. Mascherano at times has sat back in defence. Far more comfortable when Piqué and Puyol are together.
Yeah, but you have to say, Rob, Puyol is a gamble to play him after, well, January is the last time he actually played. It's a massive gamble, I think, for Pep Guardiola, but maybe he wants to see if he can play maybe on Wednesday, or if he's going to contribute in the Champions League. He has to find out. I thought he might have actually started with Milito or even Busquets, and played Keita in the middle of the park, and then brought Puyol maybe on in the second half. That would have been maybe an option, but he's been very positive here, Pep Guardiola. He's gone for Carlos Puyol.
It's interesting, isn't it, Jerry, that Barcelona are playing around at their own game. If they want to sit back with 11 players back behind the ball, as one coach famously said once upon a time, park the bus in front of the goal.
Absolutely.
And they're happy to take their time. Just long ball over the top. Oh, Alves, the right full-back, was caught offside.
It's just, I feel that Barcelona are instinctively a side that have to go forward. They have to press. It's in their nature. Dani Alves has to get forward. Adriano has to get forward. Iniesta has to dribble. And, you know, he's just offside, as you can see there. He's great decision from the official on this right-hand side below us.
Pedro back to Puyol, trying to keep Victor Valdez, the goalkeeper, active. Not a bad ball from the keeper to Adriano. Busquets, roll to Xavi. Now to Alves. There's a great partnership on this right-hand side with Pedro. Xavi to Busquets. Now Lionel Messi. Darting around the field, trying to find space. Gets into gear, but he can't get past Pepe. Now Cristiano Ronaldo. Alves comes back and nicks the ball quite freely. Piqué. David Villa coming in from the left-hand side. Iniesta to Busquets. Iniesta, of course, voted the second best player in the world in the voting around the turn of New Year. Adriano's down now. I think he's taken a blow just below the knee.
Yeah, it's Kadir. I wonder was that payback. He's won the ball easily and then he's trod on his instep. That's what it is. And Cristiano Ronaldo has to be careful. He doesn't try and do too much. He doesn't try and win this game single-handedly. I suppose he probably feels more pressure than anyone else, being the most expensive player in the world.
It's a rather stationary start to this El Gran Clasico. Now Ronaldo pops up on the left-hand side, outside of the foot pass. Good stretch from Puyol, just testing his early durability.
A lot of silly free kicks being given away early on, isn't there? You can't really get any rhythm to it.
If they knew they were wearing the same outfit to the game tonight, obviously couldn't check with their tailors before the game. Marcelo. The game is full of Brazilian fullbacks. Strangely enough, Marcelo Adriano are the first choice fullback for the Brazilian national team.
I don't think he even touches him here, Dani Alves. I think he was always going to go down.
Well, that's just spotted Lionel Messi so far. He's actually looking to become the Pichichi, the Golden Boot winner.
Yep.
For the 4th year in a row in Spain. The only man who's done that before. He's actually sitting 2 rows behind Jerry Armstrong.
Yeah, we were chatting earlier. Hugo Sanchez, fabulous striker for Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, and reminiscing about a game back in the Luis Sitjar in Mallorca back in 1983-84. Happy to say it finished all square at 2-2.
I thought there were a lot of Northern Ireland fans all taking a photo, Jerry. Then we realised that over our shoulder was Hugo Sanchez, a former Real Madrid great.
I think there was too many Northern Ireland fans in the Bernabeu tonight, Rob. I knew it was Hugo they were taking.
Game of patience has been played so far by Pep Guardiola's team.
Well, it is like a chess game at the moment, and this is the outlet for Barcelona anyway. Dani Alves getting forward on the right.
Well, it's not too often that the away side has something like 80% of the possession, but has to be forecast when Barcelona are in town, even though the hosts are Real Madrid. Piqué, now Iniesta. Iniesta finds it in, looking for the run from Pedro. All bases covered.
Well, it's cut and thrust at the moment. They're not really going gung-ho at it, Barcelona, and neither is Real Madrid. There's a lot of caution. I suppose there's another 3 games to be played, Rob, and neither side wants to give too much away. And as I say, the onus is really, for me, on Real Madrid. They have to win the match. A draw is a great result for Barcelona. They'd be quite happy to take that now.
Remember, an 8-point lead at kick-off time, and from the final count at the end of the season, if the sides are level, it's a little different in Spain. It goes down to the heads-to-heads between the two sides. So just a 5 goals difference between the teams on that particular ruling so far.
Well, that's worth a point in itself. So, and if you look at the run-in, Real Madrid's got a much more difficult run-in than Barcelona. But there's a psychological reason, I think, between the two sides for the cup final on Wednesday and obviously the 2 Champions League games in it. I think psychologically Barcelona has the upper hand at the moment.
Iniesta, Adriano. Xavi's never far away from Iniesta. Neither is Busquets as Barcelona playing these neat little triangles. Mourinho said he's preparing his team to play with 10 men, as they generally have to do. He said a little bitterly against Barcelona. I'm sure that Guardiola, who's a little more diplomatic, would like to say, well, we're preparing to play the ball around against a very defensive side. This is to be expected, isn't it?
I think it's a bit of pressure. Jose Mourinho's putting a little bit of pressure on the referee, saying, you know, you're always going to send one of our players off. And funnily enough, the first booking was a Barcelona player, but I'm sure it won't be the last booking of the game tonight.
This is Pedro. To Busquets. Messi, the fans making their own amusement. Barcelona score, of course, then Mourinho has to change his tack.
Well, I think he'll change his tack anyway in the second half, but I think he's got a lot more options on the bench than Pep Guardiola.
This is Iniesta. Everywhere he looks, there's a wall of white to work through. It's interesting, isn't it, that now the fans are beginning to stand up. We've had 18 minutes, and it's not the Real Madrid way, even when they were winning Champions Leagues and the Spanish Championship. But Del Bosque, well, he went because he wasn't sexy enough and the football wasn't quite
he's onside.
Messi is onside. Bounces nicely for Messi, and well, kept out well by Iker Casillas.
Well, I have to tell you, that's a great chance, and he's going for a clever little dink over the goalkeeper, and he did that twice in the match I did last week against Shakhtar Donetsk, when it could have been probably easier just to slot it past him.
One slight slip now, Benzema. Little layoff from Di Maria, who's hardly had a touch of the ball so far. The game has passed him by.
First real chance though, Rob, and it falls to Lionel Messi. 48 goals this season. There he goes, he's onside as the pass is made. The linesman's got it absolutely spot on. First touch sets it up. Now, there he is trying to take it over the keeper. Why didn't he just slot it inside or down by his legs?
As you say, it has worked for Iker Casillas more than any other goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah.
Does his homework.
It's always good to second guess the centre forward.
Piqué allowed to run. He has 40 yards ahead of him. Xavi. Piqué to Xavi. Now Adriano. Iniesta to his left. It does come down to players, but you wonder if it's going to come down to the grandmasters on the touchline tonight, playing the footballing chess, moving their pieces around the park.
Well, 20 minutes gone, Rob, you have to say Barcelona's playing the better football. Not really making an awful lot of progress. Only one clear-cut opportunity. And at the other end, obviously, Real Madrid have had one free kick on target from Ronaldo, and that's about it. Caution seems to be the order of the day.
It's an interesting exercise, this, in coaching strategy between Guardiola and Mourinho. This is Khedira. Now Di Maria makes a dart from midfield. Always going to win a race with Carlos Puyol, who closes him down. I say he's going to win a race, he doesn't always get past him because Puyol never gives up the chase.
The 33-year-old is Mr. 120% for Barcelona. Drops his shoulder, goes outside. Puyol happy to put it out for the corner kick. But it's an opportunity. They've got three centre-halves, well, four if you include Sergio Ramos at the back here. So free kick, set plays, corner kicks could be important for Real Madrid.
Plan A when it comes to corner kicks for Real Madrid. Di Maria doesn't deliver well. Alonso heads over. Piqué easily wins the header. Alonso again. Benzema has a little bit of space and support. Weaves his way inside, and Valdez nervously concedes the corner.
Well, it was a poor corner from the other side, I have to say, from Di Maria. But ball wasn't properly cleared by Barcelona. When it comes to Benzema, quick feed, gets the shot in. This is a man that's got 8 goals in his last 6 league games.
Di Maria is clearly going to take all of the corners. Pressure put on Valdez, who answers this with a much better punch. Got a very good punch because he fully knocked it out of play. Maria's throw. Benzema throws himself at the ball. Pepe's in there as well. Yet another Real Madrid corner.
Yeah, pressure there. Pepe and Sergio Ramos stayed up for the long throw-in. It was Gerard Piqué put it out, and more pressure for Barcelona.
In a post. Oh, climbing in there. Cristiano Ronaldo came in at some pace. Just get his fair share of headers, doesn't he?
Well, it's Ronaldo and Pepe who attacked the near post. This is a much better cross. And up he gets Ronaldo. He can't tuck his chin in and direct it on target. He gets up higher than anyone else. And that is a part of his game he's improved immensely on in the last 3 or 4 years. And credit to Manchester United, Alex Ferguson. I think they really brought him on as a player and a goal scorer. He still hasn't scored as many goals as Messi. He still hasn't completed. Messi's completed nearly twice as many passes in the same amount of games this season. Messi's created more chances and assists offside.
Pedro on the far side.
Yeah. And created more chances. So there's always pressure on Ronaldo. He's always trying to chase Messi and what he can do.
Well, between the two of them, there's only a goal difference when it comes to the
league statistics,
the leagues. Lionel Messi is one ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, same amount of games. I think it's 28 league games they both played. Cristiano Ronaldo's got 28 goals and Messi's got 29.
I know they argue sometimes that it's slightly easier to score in this league as Ronaldo goes over Piqué rather easily. Now the referee isn't buying that. Certainly wasn't an old pals out between two former Manchester United players, was there?
No, I think there was a dive there, Ronaldo, and the referee. That's what he pointed to. He said, no, you've dived.
Alonso tries a shot from the halfway line, but Valdez was off his line. And now all focus is on the referee.
Well, it wouldn't have been given because the referee blew for a free kick for the foul. And suddenly, tempers are frayed. The passions have been raised once again. That was the foul on Iniesta. This is it. He jumps over the top and then he throws himself to the ground. I think he knew that he wasn't going to get on the end of the ball he had knocked past. That's a great pass. Well covered from Marcelo.
One back by Dani Alves, who weaves inside. Good covering tackle from Khedira. Now the game is beginning to loosen up a little bit. Di Maria. Across comes Piqué. Oh, and he was caught by a great challenge then by Carvalho. Charging down is Benzema. The referee holds his whistle and then finds himself some time to decide that the Frenchman had used his arm.
Well, certainly
Pepe, wasn't it? Pepe.
It looks like Carvalho and Pepe. Yeah. Late decision, but the right one, I think, from the referee.
David Vera's coming to the centre now, in from the wing. Lionel Messi's with him. Messi to Vera in his path. Casillas comes a long way. And the referee has a big decision to make. He's immediately surrounded by the Barcelona players.
This is a contentious one because David Villa stretches as Casillas goes for it to get the ball round Casillas, and then Casillas catches him. But in the referee's opinion, he's made the most out of it. And he's calling over someone who's maybe protested. He's calling over David Villa. It's David Villa he wants.
It's actually Piqué, Jerry, that he's calling over to himself.
He said something, and he's got a yellow card for what he said.
I bet it was a heart-in-mouth moment though for Iker Casillas as he came. He had to throw himself fully at it.
Well, that's a penalty kick, Rob. He wins the ball, but he goes down too easy, and that's where the referee hasn't given it. Pep Guardiola thinks it's a penalty. 9 times out of 10, I'll tell you, the referee will give a penalty kick for that.
And I think that protest is why Piqué received his caution. I can't lip read, especially when it comes to Spanish lip read, but I first say he was saying how come he didn't give a similar incident at the other end. In comes Pedro to Messi. Now Xavi. Iniesta, it's a battle in there, well won back one. It'd be well won back to 80,000 witnesses inside the stadium, but not the man who's on top of the situation.
I think the first foul was from Ronaldo.
Marcelo, going to put it into the path of Benzema.
Well, there's an urgency about Barcelona. They want to get it down and get it playing and keep going and set the tempo. It's certainly been raised a level in the last 5 minutes, and it could be frustration from Real Madrid that they are chasing and playing most of the football in their own half.
Busquets. Small, fine space to run into. Now Messi. Alonso. Pepe. He's been a very effective player in that anchoring role, just on the toes of the back four.
He's a good athlete, Rob. He's tall. He's challenging a lot. He's closing down. He's working hard. He's played there before. We've seen him play there for Real Madrid, and he's played a lot of times for the national side in Portugal. But it's a role he can play, and he's done it well so far. But I'm worried about the fact that they're not creating an awful lot. You know, they've got a lot of destructive players in the middle of the park, but very little creativity. Maybe that'll change at half-time. That could be Mourinho's tactic.
Iniesta. Messi's going searching for the ball now. Piqué. Xavi has a look. Puyol has allowed Dani Alves to come onto this near touchline. There is Alves. Pedro. No way past Pepe. He's been man of the match so far now. Di Maria. Cristiano Ronaldo sets off on a run, and that needed to be a flawless interception from Piqué.
That was a great pass from Di Maria. But for the intervention of Piqué, have a look at it from that angle. It looks a penalty every time you look at it. He doesn't get the ball. Villa nicks the ball round the goalkeeper. That looks a penalty kick to me, I have to say.
Maria just takes his time to allow Pepe to station himself at the near post. Doesn't quite find him though. Alonso plays it back in. Alves tries to find a way out. Couple were offside, but Di Maria isn't offside. He's stolen in at the far post and almost squeezed it in. Puyol does well to stay on his feet.
He does. Di Maria should have done better, could have done better for me. First touch, should have been out from underneath his feet and then just strike it at goal. Whip it in with a lot of pace. He changes the angle, but then he misses the target, and that's criminal. That's a good pass from Victor Valdez.
Just wondering at the referee's interpretation of that penalty call, Jerry, whether he felt that the ball wasn't within playing distance, because if you felt that David Villa had taken a dive, and surely should have been booked.
Yeah. Instead he booked Gerard Piqué. Ball, Marcelo. Quick feet from Messi, isn't it? Chest control, and flicks it over the top.
The Argentinian is asking for the Brazilian to be booked, and the referee grants his wish.
I'm actually pleased about that, because Marcelo has been doing that for years. I've watched him doing that and asking for other players when they fouled him to be booked. He certainly did it against Peter Crouch in the Champions League game, which I don't like to see. Let the referee do the job. Doesn't need any encouragement from players.
Piqué. Now to Busquets. Xavi. Piqué. Cameras are on him this week as his girlfriend was in town, the popular music singer Shakira. Flip over the top. Cavallo takes charge. Marcelo helps it out. Busquets to Lionel Messi. With a clattering challenge from Pepe. Good feet as well from the Brazilian-born Portuguese international. Here is Ronaldo. Back to Pepe. Back to Ronaldo. Getting his legs in the way was Piqué. Messi. Alves. Now the game is beginning to liven up. As Real are taking a gamble or two. Ramos crosses the halfway line for the first time tonight. And coming back, winning the ball, is Lionel Messi.
It's a great run. It's not the best ball though. David Villa was the intended target.
Well, even Lionel Messi's having to dig in now.
He is, and he remembers why Sergio Ramos got the red card in the first fixture at the Camp Nou.
Xavi Alonso. Khedira waits for movement. Finally gets it from Ramos to his right. Khedira continues. And unlike Barcelona, there's nobody with those little 10, 15 yards triangles for Real Madrid to play to, so they had to go all the way back to the keeper Casillas. Now down the middle, Pepe heads it on. Cristiano Ronaldo, both are okay. Ronaldo tries a trick or two. Ball's coming for Marcelo. Marcelo inside to Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo just bobbled away from him, and then, well, it was good reflexes in the end from Valdez.
What a tackle from Adriano. That was going to be a goal, I tell you. Ronaldo was clean through, and it was Adriano's challenge that saved the day. Game has come to life.
Well, they've come out of their shells, Real Madrid.
Have a look at this challenge. First touch is there, and there's the tackle from Adriano. He kicks it, it hits the back of Piqué, and falls into the arms, eventually, of Victor Valdez.
Took a double deflection, almost pinballed into the Barcelona goal. Alves continues his run. Pedro's with him. Alves just inside, just over his head though. He's going to head her away. As far as Xavi. Busquets. Totally different kind of game to the first one at the Camp Nou back in November.
Yes, and I think the longer they can keep it at 0-0 and frustrate, they'll maybe grow a little bit in stature. Real Madrid have a little bit more belief, and as I say, maybe the plan for Jose Mourinho is to do that first half and then change the second half. Here's Adriano.
Adriano falls over the ball, making it easy for Ramos. Cristiano Ronaldo turns. He was clipped by Iniesta and wins the free kick.
Well, normally Ronaldo complains when he doesn't get the free kick. This time he complains when he does get the free kick.
Cristiano Ronaldo, as we said at the start of the game, has yet to score against Barcelona, but he's not alone, you know, in this Real Madrid team. In fact, only Sergio Ramos of the starting 11 tonight has actually scored a goal against Barcelona. Marcelo, Di Maria. Maybe fortunate to get the throw in there. Pepe. Marcelo ghosting inside. Ramos checking back with him all the way is David Villa. Khedira, flip over the top. Piqué has to make it. On his shoulder is Ronaldo. Alves. Carvalho. Good little turn of pace from the veteran. Marcelo drops the shoulder, tries the shot. No strength in it. There's a challenge afterwards from Puyol, which is why Marcelo stayed on the floor. The referee telling Barcelona to get on with it. Now Marcelo decides that he's in too much pain and takes the sting out of the game.
Well, I think a shot went wide of the mark. He knew that. Puyol threw himself in, so he thought he'd try and go down and get a free kick for an attempted foul, but he's up on his feet, he's fine. Don't see any problems. Jose Mourinho's just passing some instructions on the sidelines to Pepe and co.
Well, I'm sure as if you need reminding, stage 2 of this tour comes on Wednesday night when Real Madrid and Barcelona play each other again in the Copa del Rey final. That's in Valencia, neutral ground. Our coverage starts at 8:30 on Sky Sports 2. Is clogged up with these events. It's going to be a great 18 days of football. Piqué to Busquets. There's interest in the games being played off the field as well. Mourinho refusing to speak to the media, though he turned up for the press conference. Maite Karanka complaining that his team had had a day less to prepare for this game. Of course, Barcelona counted that with saying they've had to journey to the capital. Oh, no.
Oh, dearie me. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Now, Busquets goes down as if he'd been hit by a hammer.
That's when it gets embarrassing, you know. Busquets milking it big time. There's no contact on his head at all, and he throws himself to the ground.
Well, he does like to shape himself up as a football hard man, Sergio Busquets. He dishes out the challenges, but he's not very good at taking any pain, is he?
You can't be a football hard man when you could do things like that. That's embarrassing for me.
The triple step over tells you it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ramos to Xabi Alonso. Pedro. Dani Alves. Lionel Messi. Piqué. Amazing resilience being shown by both of these sets of players. It's game 52 of the season, of course, for Barcelona. It's their 50th game in charge for Jose Mourinho of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Xavi. Looking for Villa. Ghosting in. Tries a long bouncing ball.
That was very speculative from that sort of range.
out of play, hasn't a great deal to do so far, maybe a little rusty.
The thing is, Rob, I have to say, this half and the lineup that we've seen from Real Madrid has been very defence-minded. And it might have worked in terms of nullifying Barcelona to a certain extent, but from a creative point of view, they've not done anything.
This is Di Maria, stopped by Alves. Messi, past Alonso, past Marcelo, but just enough of a touch to unbalance him now. Well, Messi's gone down. Just wondering whether he ran into Xabi Alonso there, who's pleading his innocence.
Well, I think it was accidental. He might have got caught when he was falling over by a stray foot. That's what it looked like to me. I think it might have been the heel of Xabi Alonso or someone. It wasn't a foul. He's loses balancing just here. Looks like the leg of Xavi. It was accidental. And you can see what Jose thinks of it.
I suppose he has got tree trunk legs, hasn't he, Xabi Alonso? If you run into one, it does hurt. What have we got? 3.5 minutes of regulation time to the break. Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho in their minds will be reciting their half-time lecture. I would imagine, Joey, they both will be telling their players to stick to the same plan. It's worked out pretty much as both predicted.
Absolutely, but I think the onus is on Jose Mourinho to change it. He has to add more creativity into the middle of the park. It's quite negative at the moment, and as I say, they have the onus on them to win the match.
Guardiola screaming orders from the edge of the technical area. Can he raise the tempo of his team? It's over the top of Messi. Pedro giving chase, and Marcelo wisely knocks it high into the stand.
Some interchange of play from Barcelona was good, but the final ball from Messi was poor. And the weight of the pass was too much.
Xavi. Piqué. Just a couple of minutes remaining in the first time. Psychologically, be a massive time to score. Messi for one shakes off Pepe. Little 1-2. Excellent football this. Messi on the blind side. Brilliant save by Iker Casillas.
Rob, that's the move of the match.
Great imagination from Messi.
That is the move of the match. What a fabulous piece of play. Just exploded. Lovely 1-2s and a shot at the end of it. Get a chance to see this quality again. Lovely little 1-2 flick from David Villa. He gets it out from his feet. That's a great save from Casillas. It's a good height. Pepe and Sergio Ramos, they're all converging on him.
It tells you something of the magnitude of the match when the world's best player is kept out of the world's best goalkeeper, the man who lifted the World Cup last summer.
A lot of quality on the park, but that's the first moment of magic, real magic, that we've seen. And it's taken over 40 minutes for that.
That's the beauty of the cast list out there tonight. Something like that could happen at any second. Ramos to Pepe. Khedira. Never scored for Real Madrid. Be a great time to get off the mark, wouldn't it? Shadowed by Piqué. Just making sure that nothing comes from that. This will be the final act of the first half.
You're right, Rob. Sami Khedira is the only outfield player who hasn't scored a goal this season.
Nobody inside the stadium, heading to get a half-time cuppa early. Hope in the hearts of the Real Madrid supporters inside the Bernabeu. Mourinho allows most of those in white shirts to enter the penalty area. Right across the six again. Ramos gets the header on there. 2 men at the far post, brilliantly cleared off the line. Real pleading with the referee's assistant, but it hadn't crossed the line.
I actually think this is their best chance to score, you know, from set plays. And there's a player down injured. at the far post. I think it's... Is it Puyol? No, it's not Puyol. Well, you can see it's Dani Alves. Far post, Sergio Ramos up above everybody, heads it back in, and this one's taken off the line by Adriano. Great defending. Great
Good block by Adriano. Got the ball off the line and then collided with the post. We're into a single minute of time added to the first half. It's a Barcelona counter-attack. It's 3-on-2 here if Messi can make the right pass. Now David Villa. Pedro's joined in. Messi's at the far post. It comes to nothing, and the Real Madrid supporters are rather unhappy that they have a player down in the opposing half in Di Maria.
That was disappointing from that final pass, I have to say. Expected David Villa to come inside and have a strike at goal. But he's a bit short of confidence, isn't he?
Well, the half-time whistle goes, and it's... Second half kicks off. Real Madrid, as the game has progressed, have slowly entered the equation. Absorbing tactics early on, frustrating tactics early on. But it's been strength, maybe strong-arm tactics, some would say, from Jose Mourinho and his players.
Yeah, but he will point to the fact that they've contained Barcelona fairly well, I would have to say. And this man on the ball, Pepe's done really well in the middle of the park. He's broken up a lot of attacks. But as I say, it's a different type of a game. They need to win this match. They've got to put more emphasis on attack.
Also noticeably, straight from the kickoff, that Real Madrid immediately threw 3 players into attack, almost as if Mourinho is trying to show in, but he's going to change his tack in the second half.
Maybe the pep talk will have pepped them up, but you know, as they close down, you know, they do it in ones, Rob. You know, Khedira's closing down now, but no one's actually pressing Puyol, who's the player who's going to receive the ball. They've got to do it as a unit in 2s and 3s, and I don't think they do that well, Real Madrid.
Mourinho, of course, went 150 games without a home league defeat, stretching back to 2002 until Sporting Gijón came to town in the last home game, so he has to start that kind of run all over again.
Yeah, and that was quite a negative lineup in that match. If you remember the midfield, there was no Xavi Alonso. It was Khedira, Lassana Diarra and Granero, and I was a bit disappointed that they weren't more offensive in that match. And, you know, 0-0 is not the sort of result I think the home fans are looking for. But has Jose got something up his sleeve? That's the question.
Barcelona have to show a large degree of patience. Iniesta to Xavi. Iniesta continues the run. Ramos comes in with a fine clattering challenge just this side of Lee. Alonso. Di Maria has been a bit part player, easily won by Alves. Di Maria tries to win the ball back. Tackling isn't one of his strengths. He has many strengths, but tackling's not on that list.
No, I have to agree. And is it Ozil warming up? I'd love to see him coming on, and he is a creative player. That's what they need. But will he bring one of those central midfield players off, or will he take off Di Maria?
PK. Marcelo has to do it. A sweeping job. This PK game, as the game has gone on, has played a more advanced role. Allowed to command of defence by Pep Guardiola. Now Pedro digs in and then loses the ball as he's faced by Pepe.
That's a comedy of errors, isn't it?
Free kick taken very quickly. It's Cristiano Ronaldo against the whole back four. His legs gave way there. Barcelona suspected that he just slipped on the lush surface.
That's a soft one.
It's a wink from Ronaldo, the referee got it right. We've seen that somewhere before,
yeah,
haven't we?
Have a look here. He just falls over. I don't think that's a free kick at all, but he'll take it.
There may have been a linking of arms.
Good position though for get a strike. It's pretty central, 2 or 3 meters outside the D. And Ronaldo wants to hit this one. Could it be a set play that breaks the deadlock? Sergio Ramos limps back onto the park after a bit of treatment.
I dare say that is the ideal position on the field for a Cristiano Ronaldo free kick.
It's a 5-man
Slightly
walk.
off centre, maybe 10 yards outside the penalty area, enough to dip it over the wall if he gets the right connection. He goes for it! Oh, it's the post to the rescue for Barcelona.
Well, again, tactically, you have to say they've had 2 free kicks and they've hit the target both times. That was so close. Shake of the head from Ronaldo, over the wall, hits the post. As I said earlier, Rob, maybe their best chance of breaking the deadlock is from a free kick, corner kick. And header from Ronaldo cleared off the line by Adriano in the first half.
The Real Madrid supporters get behind their team vociferously. They've sat and stirred in the first half. Watched Jose Mourinho play a tight, defensive style of football. Free telling Barcelona to continue, though. David Villa is claiming that he'd been raked down the Achilles. Great turn from Xavi. Pedro. Iniesta leaves it to his captain, Puyol. Now Piqué. Has to go backwards to go forwards through Valdez.
But Benzema's closing 3 Barcelona players down on his own now. Is this a chance for Villa?
Oh, Villa comes across. There's David Villa, whose legs give way in the penalty area.
Penalty.
It is. And a red card.
Well, what a momentous decision this is, Rob. He was last defender. It's Albiol, Raul Albiol, the centre-back, who's being sent off.
Well, Mourinho did forecast that his team would have to play with 10 men tonight. And his prediction has come true. First of all, there was a shout for a handball, and then he wrapped his arms around David Villa.
Yeah. You can't deny what you can see. He has grabbed them with both hands around the neck and pulled them to the ground. It looked like a handball before that. But he's off. They're down to 10 men, and Messi has a chance to put Barcelona in front.
And Messi's having to deal with a laser in his eyes at the moment. I don't think that will affect him. Lionel Messi has never scored against a Jose Mourinho side. A big moment for him. That's his 49th goal of the season beckon. It's Lionel Messi. It's 1-0 to Barcelona. That is one massive stride to securing the title. And Mourinho's premonition that his team would have a player sent off has come true.
Well, I hope they now change tactics and go a little bit more positive. I know Mesut Ozil was warming up, but I think they have to really go positive. There's no point in losing 1-0. Barcelona's played most of the attacking football. I do feel Real Madrid's been quite negative, and now things are going to change. 1-0, great penalty kick from Messi. He's also broken another record, hasn't he, as well, Messi? Di Stefanos. I think he was level with him on 48 goals, which is a record for the season for a Spanish player.
Now on 49 before the evening's out. He could become the first man to get to 50 goals. Xavi. There's a spring in the step now, Barcelona, but Pepe leads the charge. Mourinho had prepared for this. It's Di Maria. Bothered by Alves, stopped by Puyol, and of course the Real supporters are going to claim that every tackle is a foul now. Alves. Xavi. Lionel Messi. Iniesta, Barcelona really enjoying the extra space. Means of course that Pepe, one would imagine, has to drop into the central defensive role. Well,
I'm just watching Emmanuel Adebayor down below warming up, Rob, so it's going to be a positive change, hopefully, from Jose Mourinho, as Seydou Keita is already stripped off and ready to come on. Does that mean Busquets moves in the centre half? Oh, he's onside, was he?
He's offside, David Villa.
He might put Busquets in at centre half and take Puyol off. I don't know what Pep Guardiola was thinking, but he's definitely bringing Seydou Keita on.
Pepe hitting it long. Suspicion of handball as it rolls down the chest of Cristiano Ronaldo. Alonso. Good fall over. Iniesta inside to Lionel Messi. Messi to Villa. Pepe with a very fair shoulder charge.
Such a good athlete, isn't he, Pepe? He wanted to make that his.
Ozil is going to come on for Real Madrid. Both coaches decide 10 minutes gone in the second half that it's time for change. You can see that Carlos Puyol is moving rather gingerly in the Barcelona defence. He does look like prime candidate to be taken off. Here is Messi. No point aggravating an injury that has kept him out for 17 games, Jerry.
Yes, absolutely, and he's played a good half. He might feature later on in the other epic battles coming up in the next 2.5-3 weeks.
Xavi. Alves. Plenty of runners. One of those is Pedro. Good step over from Pedro, but Marcelo clears the ball to Di Maria. Di Maria stopped by Busquets. To Pedro. Noticeably, Barcelona not giving the ball to Carlos Puyol. It just seems to be playing out time before there's a break. Now they put it out of play to allow the change to be made. Puyol goes down. He's definitely coming off. Made a walk-off. He may need the golf buggy to bring him to the touchline. And Keita will come on. Meanwhile, a change is made by Real Madrid. Benzema is the player who's sacrificed. And Ozil comes on. You're shaking your head.
That's negative for me. You know, why take a centre forward off and put an attacking midfield player on? Carlos Puyol, by the way, is holding the back of his hamstring. I think he's maybe pulled a muscle. Looks like. And what do you expect after being out for 3 months? It was a massive gamble for Carlos Puyol. And he is going to make way. And it is a stretcher they're going to get from.
Well, we've got a stretcher coming from both corners of the field at the moment. Much to the derision of the home support. He may be a national hero for what he did last summer, Carlos Puyol, in the Spanish national team. That wins no favour when he wears the colours of Barcelona.
Well, he doesn't want to make any more. There's maybe a tear there. He doesn't want to make it any worse or aggravate it any more than it already is. So, good position, 1-0 up, away from home. To win this one, Rob, they're 11 points clear with 6 games to play. Almost uncatchable.
Will this have a far-reaching effect for Barcelona? If he goes off on a stretcher, covered in a blanket, you know it's not good, because Carlos Puyol is the ultimate warrior. He's been struggling with a succession of injuries, notably a thigh injury, since January. I don't think we're going to see him again in April. Keita will come on in a reshuffle to the Barcelona team. You called it, Jerry, didn't you, that Keita will come on left side of midfield. Busquets will drop it.
Yeah, that's the easiest thing to do. He's played there 3 or 4 times in the last 6 weeks. Busquets, very accomplished player. He's tall, great on the ball. I have to say, there's a clash of heads for Messi and Pepe. But the pressure, as I say, is mounting on Real Madrid. Can they get a goal back? Sami Khedira.
It may give an indication as to how far Real Madrid have come when they lost a defender at the Camp Nou in Sergio Ramos, who was sent off in November. They folded and conceded 5.
Yes, and again, are they going to capitulate on this occasion? That's a great ball for Dani Alves.
Iniesta. And Xavi. Messi. of the ball from Barcelona's players. Keita gets the first touch, Messi. The Madridistas trying to be supportive, trying to raise the atmosphere inside the stadium. Barcelona happy to keep it at a slow tempo, to stretch Real Madrid, make them chase with a player less. Piqué. Busquets.
Well, I mean, Barcelona's position, Rob, with the extra player, they don't even need the attack. They can just keep possession, keep it on their own half, and just take the clock down.
It's been a long haul for them this season as David Villa makes his move into an offside position yet again. The one time he's beaten that offside trap, of course, led to the penalty.
Yeah, well, he could have had a penalty in the first half. I still think, from what I saw, it looked more a penalty kick to me. 9 out of 10 times, I think it would have been given in the first half for the foul from Casillas. But you can't keep him down. He's one of those type of players that'll always make the runs. I think he's cut off more times than any other player in La Liga. He does make a lot of runs, David Villa. But his drought will end soon, I'm sure. This is the longest he's been without a goal. You can always claim that was an assist.
Messi to Iniesta. Now Adriano. David Villa, who forced the penalty. Messi. Messi works his way inside, gets around Pepe. Xavi. Pedro. Toe-to-toe with Marcelo. Xavi's behind him! Clips the top of the bar.
Well, they're keeping possession so well. They're picking their passes. They're creating the opportunity. And Pedro, shape to go outside, come inside. Curls it back to the edge of the box for Xavi to strike the ball off the crossbar. And they're just toying with Real Madrid at the moment.
I suppose Barcelona will want to be wise and conserve some energy for the cup final come Wednesday night. We'll flip over the top, Cavalio's there.
Josie will tell you, yeah, but we'll have 11 on Wednesday night then. Clever play from Adriano.
Iniesta to Villa. It's a lesson, an exercise in keep ball, this from Barcelona. As Khedira stops that. He may be in pain, his leg may be covered in cellophane, but he can still get to his feet to complain, Carles Puyol.
Well, Khedira's clattered in the back of Xavi.
He was so hot-headed then, Jerry, the ice was melting.
It's the passion within him. You know, he's a winner. He's the captain of the club. Or bad's the strain? Is it a pull? Is it a strain? No doubt we'll find out in the next few days.
Piqué. Well, the world is watching. These two sets of players will want to raise their game.
The thing you find out about Barcelona is, you know, there's sides come and go gung-ho with them. There's sides that come and play like a chess game like we're getting today, and tactical, you try and do this. It doesn't matter what way you play against them. They seem to be able to cope with whatever tactics are thrown at them.
Dani Alves. Pedro. I suppose if Barcelona are being wise, they'll try to run Real Madrid into the ground. Alonso. Ozil's touch. Ronaldo playing as the head of the attacking diamond.
He looks very despondent though whenever he loses the ball. He doesn't do it like Messi does. He would chase after players and try and win the ball back. His head goes down. It's as if they're accepting defeat too easily for me. Look at this run from Messi.
Swirling run from Lionel Messi. David Villa's back flick. Great improvisation from Barcelona. The thing is with Cristiano Ronaldo, he can't afford to sulk, Jerry. They can't carry a play when they're already one down.
Good pace from
Great run on the far side. Brilliant run by Angel Di Maria. Now Mourinho is going to make the second change. And Mayor is going to come on to give them some more attacking ammunition.
Well, I'm wondering, has he maybe now thought, well, let's give up the ghost on the game. We can't win this match. We're down to 10 men. Let's save some legs and go for the cup final on Wednesday night. I think that's the way he's thinking at the moment now. And will that reflect the substitution we're going to see?
Here's Carvalho. Di Maria. Carvalho continues the run. Gutsy movement from him. PK's there. Confusion between he and keeper Valdez, and he seems to have overstretched himself, PK, now as well.
That was really high. Very, very high. He's still down. This is the ball outside of the right foot, Carvalho, and he has got his leg up high. Easily pull a muscle that way.
I think it's his shoulder that he's landed on. They couldn't afford to lose their two centre-halves. Barcelona.
Melito's warming up down below as well, Rob, and Affalay is stripped and ready to come on.
Heads up, big chance. Pepe's there. Oh, dear. Well, wouldn't have counted. I think there was an offside in there.
Yeah.
But they've not given up the chase.
No, well set play. Ball's knocked in, deep far post. Good header. He looked offside. I think that's what the flag was up for, and that's what Gerard Piqué was appealing for.
Well, there are going to be 3 changes, 2 for Real Madrid and 1 for Barcelona.
It's Xabi Alonso, yeah.
He's going to come off. And well, for the record, I think it's Adebayor who's going to take his place. Arbeloa will come on for Real Madrid as Pedro is given a break, and that like will bring fresh and speedy legs to the Barca midfield.
Well, you can see the laser there on Pep Guardiola. What's that supposed to do?
There'll be spotlights on Pep Guardiola. Never mind lasers come the end of the season. If he can win yet another treble for Barcelona. There is Arbeloa. A reminder, if you've just joined us, almost 3/4 of the game gone. Barcelona playing against the 10 men of Real Madrid. David Villa's onside, the man who won the penalty. Now is blocked by Arbeloa. That's a poor clearance, but only as far as Xavi. Now Lionel Messi. David Villa could spot a little gap there. And went for it.
I wish he'd have went for the other one when he went through. He didn't need to check back on his right foot. He could have struck it with his left foot.